Hi, my name is Sherry Green. Today I will be debating the topic of why early childhood centers should not be held to the same minimum standards. Although research suggests quality care in early childhood centers produce good outcomes, mandating that all states have the same minimum standards for quality can be problematic. Each individual state has its own funding and its own regulations and policies. The policies and regulations vary depending on the types of program that are offered. If nationally we were required to have the same minimum quality standards, this could conflict with state, regional agencies, and laws. For example, each location has a set of building codes and health requirement codes that may not align with the national minimum standard. Also, funding is a bigger issue. Early childhood funding comes from a variety of sources. Quality education costs money. Funding may be needed to cover teacher education, developmentally appropriate materials, and facilities that need to be renovated. And states already have a problem with funding education. There are some K-12 schools that are in shambles and have outdated textbooks. To combat high turnover in early childhood care, there would need to be better teacher pay, especially if they were required to have more education. In order to enforce these regulations, there would need to be better monitoring systems. Many states already have a problem finding an appropriate number of qualified monitors. Also, however important regulations are to quality, states, in part because of their pervasive anti-regulatory ethos, are reluctant to require them in statutes. As it is right now, there are some publicly funded schools that are not meeting the high quality standards. How can we guarantee that our youngest and most neediest children will not end up like this? In President Obama's State of the Union address, he expressed how he would like to have universal pre-K for all 4-year-olds. According to the New America Foundation article, if there was quality universal pre-K offered and about 75% of the 4.1 million 4-year-olds were enrolled, the total cost would be around $24.6 billion a year if $8,000 were spent per child. This figure does not include the price tag for providing high-quality care for all children under the age of 4, like President Obama wants to implement also. Creating a publicly funded system, there would be a demand for accountability. In K-12 systems, they have standardized testing. Since there is a top-down push from the No Child Left Behind Act, they would want to have access and assess how students are doing. Would they develop standardized tests for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers? There are already national programs like Early Head Start and Head Start that serve low-income children. Many of these programs already are being tracked to see how the children are developmentally developing in certain standards. And even if states did require minimum quality standards or a publicly funded system, there still may be a socioeconomic gap. Some facilities, like private child care facilities, would still exceed minimum requirements. And there would still be facilities that lower income families cannot afford nor have access to. quality education outcomes would not be favorable for all children.